You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go home. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is my favorite film of all time. Let's talk about it. So as I said before the intro, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is my favorite film of all time. It is hilarious, funny, has some decently good drama scenes, and has actually some pretty good cinematography, writing, acting, directing, and it's just, I really like this movie a lot. So Matthew Broderick's performance is good in this movie. It's good in this movie, but it's not as good. But it's not as good as the writing. John Hughes is incredible. He's definitely one of my favorite writers, if not my favorite comedy writer. I love Vacation, Home Alone, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club. I pretty much love all of the movies I've seen that involve him. Most of them, but this one is special. This is the first film I watched on a plane. And not only was it on a plane, it was on my first plane ride ever. This is a fun movie. I was debating whether or not this or Breakfast Club my favorite, but I went with this. This definitely means more of something to me than Breakfast Club does. But the cinematography is great. The music choices are great. This is the most John Hughes has ever been. This is everything to the max. This is basically Murphy's Law. What will happen, what could happen, will happen. Ferris Bueller is one of the best written characters of all time. Cameron Fry is a great sidekick, and Sloane is good too. She's not as great as the other two. It kind of reminds me of Rhett and Link. Cameron Fry also kind of looks like Link to me. But I don't really have... okay, that's a lie. I have a lot to say about this movie. I used to think that Matthew Broderick's performance was kind of bland and blank-faced and plain. No. It's like Jesse Eisenberg. It's a little monotone, but really good. I love Matthew Broderick in this movie. He's great. He's hilarious. He really is. He probably was the best person to choose after. I couldn't imagine someone else as Ferris Bueller. You can imagine someone else playing Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe did a great job. Yeah. But I feel like this movie could only be done one way. So if they remake it, we're screwed. This is one of the ones where they can't remake it. I don't care what they say. The Outsiders, as good as it is, can be remade. This can't be remade because everything just has its own specific charm and tweak to it, where it's its own thing. It has some of the funniest sequences of all time, has some of the great dramatic sequences inside of this too. It shows kind of Cameron's character is very layered and shows the breakdown of it. But it's all mixed in with a decent comedy. It's not like Jim Carrey movies where it's dumb comedy and then super sad scene like Bruce Almighty. This movie is just flat out, it has a perfect balance of everything. I wouldn't say it's horror, but it does have some good suspense sequences. It's, once again, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It has some pretty good action in it, too. There's this one thing that I saw this TikTok that connected it. Ferris Bueller pulls a baseball from under his bed, trying to turn off this radio when his parents come walking in. The baseball is where did that baseball come from? He caught it at the Chicago's game. They do a lot in this movie. They travel around a lot. I love the whole character arc Cameron goes through with the car, and that he's willing to take stuff. A lot of character growth and development, and just a lot of everything happens in this, almost 100-minute movie. That's a short span of time for this much stuff to happen. And it works. This is why, 80s movies they fit a small, like, they fit a lot of stuff into a decent a decent 100, 140. It's great. I can't not talk about it. Like, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it to you. It doesn't matter if you know everything about it. Watch it. The steelbook I have is this. It's like a full picture, and then this. I love the steelbook so much. I love steelbooks in general. It just kind of feels, it cements, like, gives it more of a meaning and stuff. It's great. It's like, there's some great cinematography, like the art museum scene, which is also hilarious. The Office, they also did a promotion with that, so I thought that was kind of funny. The baseball scene, really great. When they do when they take the car for a joyride, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, and it's like nothing happened. And it's just, there's one thing that doesn't make sense to me, and that is the house layout. We see the parents going up the stairs saying, we're going to check on Ferris, and then Ferris, it looks like they're already gone. Ferris comes running in through the back door, goes up the same way they did to get to their bedroom, to get to his bedroom before them. And I don't know if they made a pit stop to their bedroom. It just doesn't make that much sense to me. And that shows them walking down, like, the same hallway, too. Their house layout doesn't make that much sense. But Ed Rooney's performance is great. The principal teacher... the teacher, the Bueller, I heard that was all improvised, and I thought that was hilarious. There's a Josh Gad, he did a Ferris Bueller reunion called Reunited Apart. I'll put it down in the link in the description. But I'm kind of in this John Hughes phase right now, where I just watched Ferris Bueller and Breakfast Club today. And yeah, I love them both equally, but I love this one more. That makes no sense. But if you don't know my rating system, an 8 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 is a golden ticket, and a 9.5 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 is a trophy. I've had nothing but good things to say about this movie. So of course, Ferris Bueller's Day Off gets a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay golden, everyone. Stay gold, everyone. Alright. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go home.